Hello and welcome to One on One. As always, this is that particular platform where we get to interact with various personalities that shape the news agenda right in Rwanda, the region, and beyond. My name is Eugene Anangwe. My guest in studio is determined, together with her team, to bring to Rwanda Miss Earth. And of course, it's a beauty pageant that they say is aimed at creating awareness on the protection of the environment. She's none other than Saida Bahati of Chichi Media. Welcome to One on One.
Thank you very much, Jen.
You're determined, very determined, to bring this and make it a success.
Yes, we are.
Tell us a bit about it. What do you intend to do with this beauty pageant? We just concluded the Miss Rwanda beauty pageant, the ups and downs, and of course, there was a lot of talk about it, both positive and negative. For you with Miss Earth Rwanda, how different, or what is it that you intend to have in this beauty pageant?
Miss Earth Rwanda is a beauty pageant with a difference. As you already mentioned it, it's a beauty pageant that is solely dedicated to environmental awareness and protection. And we intend to use this platform to try and sensitize the public, to try and educate the public about environmental awareness and protection. And it is actually a franchise of Miss Earth World, which is based in the Philippines. Chichi Media Group found the need to adopt this franchise and bring on a beauty pageant that is different. I know, as you said, there's been a lot of challenges, a lot of comments, and beauty pageants in the past have been perceived the wrong way, but we intend to correct this. And
what exactly do you intend to correct? Let me hear your part of what you've heard that is negative about the beauty pageants in Rwanda, that you intend not to follow or to find yourself in that direction or have a foot in there.
When it comes to beauty pageants, most people tend to think that it's all about, you know, the catwalk and the beautiful faces and the makeup and all that. But to be honest, it's different, and that's what people haven't understood yet. And that's what we are here to try and show the people what it is, which is why, being the first ever national pageant that we're going to have as far as Miss Earth is concerned, we've decided to have it as it's going to be a reality show. And the reason for that being that we want to relate to the public as much as we can. We want them to participate, to also gain knowledge about what environmental awareness is. And it's going to be a pageant that will take, from the beginning to the end, it's going to take roughly 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, because we're having
3 months of what? What exactly will be happening in these 3 months? What will we be seeing in terms of the reality TV part of, or the concept of execution? What will we be seeing? What will be happening during these 3 months?
Well, it kicks off with the auditions, which is going to take about 2 weeks. We're going to have it basically in Kigali. We've decided to have it in one central location rather than having it in the different districts. Reason being that the time factor itself, and also the fact that we do think that it will be easier for the candidates to come and find us in one location. Of course, also it's cost cutting at the same time. After the auditions, we're going to have candidates. We're selecting 30 candidates all over the country. We're going to have them join boot camp, which is going to take, it's going to be around 2 weeks. We're talking roughly 10 weeks, basically. But the whole thing in general is going to be like 3 months, if you look at it. Yeah.
So they will have to, whoever wants to participate has to travel all the way from wherever they are in the parts of the country to come and meet you in Kigali.
I'm afraid they will have to do that.
They'll have to do that.
Yeah.
And what do you intend to lose out on? What do you feel you'll lose out on? Because there's already a feeling that maybe there are those who will not be able to make it, and yet they have that you're looking for, and they are deep in the heart of our villages, and putting this cost of coming all the way, instead of going and organizing something and having it other locations, now you have them coming over to Kigali. Maybe what are the things that you already foresee, and how do you intend to cover up on that loss, in terms of if someone has to look at it from that perspective?
That's going to be a little bit of a challenge, to be honest with you, but What we are trying to do even before the pageant fully starts is to go all around the country in the different provinces and talk to the districts and try to put announcements as much as we can, and if there's any help these girls may need, we will leave our contacts there. And because before they come for the auditions itself, they're going to have to register first. As much as we will welcome it's going to be open auditions, right? Even for those who would not be able to register, they can still pop in on the days that we'll be doing the auditions. But preferably, we would like them to register using SMS or online or through our website, for example, and things like that. And we'll make sure we even leave hard copies at the districts.
So, will you say initially that the main agenda or the main aim is to raise awareness on the importance of preserving and conserving the environment?
Yes.
Today in Rwanda, we have different institutions already that are probably supposed to be doing that. We have the Rwanda Environment Management Authority.
That's right.
We have the Ministry that deals, of course, with the issues of environment. Do you really feel that you know, whenever someone comes up with something and says, I intend to do this.
Yes.
And when they do that, when there's already an institution that is supposed to do that, some people from different quarters usually feel that this is an alternative to that they were supposed to do that they're not doing. Or they feel that you've come to reinforce. You've come to help out, to give a hand, because probably they're not performing as to what is expected. Is this the case? Are you coming in because you feel that these other institutions that are already there are not doing enough to raise awareness on the importance of conserving and preserving the environment?
I wouldn't say that they're not doing enough as far as what they've done so far, but the purpose of Miss Earth Rwanda is to put even more emphasis on the policies that have already been done, have already been put in place by our government. We're just like a vehicle. We're just here to enforce, just to add on what has been already done, and we feel like it's a contribution to our economy as well, to our country, using the platform for women, young women, to be the best at promoting environmental awareness and protection. And you will agree that it all starts with a woman. I don't know whether that's the right way to put it, but then I think, as we say, charity begins at home, and normally, especially in the African culture, you find that it's the woman's role. So we wouldn't find a better way, to have this out other than starting with the young women.
With the young women.
Yes.
Okay. Now, very interestingly, you mentioned that part of the woman, and when we started, we talked about beauty pageants and the perception all over the place. Perception number one, as you said, it's normally thought that it's all about the catwalk. Perception number two, many people think that it's all about the beauty. Perception number three that you have confirmed is that it's all about ladies. Why do we have to only have ladies, carrying this mantle? Don't you think that it's a risk, that now men will feel like it's not our role at all to play a part in doing these things that you say Miss Earth is supposed to do? Why not also involve the men? If I could ask in that perspective.
I've had that question before, but to be honest, if you look at it from the beginning, it's been there by default. It's beauty pageants are mostly about women. Only that even in the most recent times, I think some countries have started having beauty pageants that involve men as well. But then naturally, when we think about beauty, when you think about beautiful things, we think about women as well. They're considered to be like flowers. You want... You will agree with me that they are a center of attraction, that's for sure. If you have a beautiful lady passing by and you have a handsome man passing, you will look at the woman first. The thing is, what we are trying to do here through this beauty pageant, it's a platform. It's just a platform that we're using through entertainment. We feel that it will be easy to pass on a message such as environmental awareness and protection through the entertainment, through the women. But then I just want to clarify this, the reason why we're having a reality show. It's because we want to engage with the public as much as possible. It's going to be a full season, which is 13 episodes that are going to be aired weekly. We're going to be having activities, challenges, and you know, the girls are going to be educated in different fields, especially environmental subjects. They're going to be educated on, you know, public speech, you know, etiquette, and things like that.
That they're able to use when they're performing whatever you want them to perform.
Exactly. So being a reality show, they'll be engaging directly with the public. The public will be learning a lot as well at the same time. Will the girls be doing, you know?
Now, let's talk of the part where you said it's a beauty pageant with a difference.
Yeah.
And someone listens to you sometimes and maybe they might think that, that's a contradiction there.
Yeah.
Because they say it's a beauty pageant with a difference.
Yes.
Number one, where it is not different from the beauty pageants that we have is that it's still going to be involving the ladies. Number two, they would say, all right, where's the difference? There'll be a boot camp. What will they be teaching them? Speech, how to handle, you know, different situations. Same applies to the different beauty pageants that we have right here. We have a boot camp in Miss Rwanda. So how do you explain or justify that difference when someone tells you that these are just similar things, it's only the name and probably the target?
All right, the difference between a boot camp and other boot camps, as I told you, first of all, the duration. You know, other boot camps, I think, have been lasting for only like 2 weeks. But then for us, we find that 2 weeks are not sufficient, especially when it comes to a sensitive subject, which is the environment. It's not that easy, and we wouldn't expect the contestants to be able to learn enough in just 2 weeks. So we preferred, and we decided that it should be at least 2 months. We are looking at 13 episodes, and these episodes start right from the auditions to the finale. The fact that we are going to be engaging with the public, we're going to be having evictions every week, which the public will be participating in, voting the contestants, depending on the activities and challenges that will be given throughout the whole week. Of course, plus the judges' vote as well will count. We think with that, they're not just going to be evicted just like that. If you look at it, the activities we're going to be giving them are all environmental related activities. So obviously, whoever is going to be watching, it's not just about the entertainment aspect.
There's also a learning
They'll be
process.
learning a lot. They'll be learning a lot about the environment, things that have been taken for granted. You know, because we are hoping to work with all these different companies that we think might be relevant to what we will be showcasing, you know, depending on the themes that we'll be having every other week. You know, we want to make it as relevant, as educative as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are certain criteria or certain requirements that I've been researching and seeing from all over the place. It's good you're here.
Yes.
And you'll be able to clarify, confirm, or deny whether it is true or not true.
Yeah.
Part of the requirements is that the ladies should be around 18 years to 25 years.
Yeah.
That's correct. Then there is an issue of the weight, which is also very interesting. You say that the lady has to weigh 55 kilograms.
Not more than 55
Not more than 55 kilograms.
Yes, preferably.
What's the relevance of that? How relevant is that requirement?
As I said at the beginning,
as far as protecting the environment, how relevant is that requirement?
All right. I think shows like this, beauty pageants in general, what they are, they're meant to be used as a platform. It's not just about the beauty, it's not just about how they walk, how they appear, but we are looking at the knowledge. We're looking for an ambassador.
So if I'm beyond 55 kilograms, I will not be knowledgeable?
That's not exactly, don't get me wrong, but
I want to get you right. That's what I'm trying to
That's just another aspect, and don't ask me why, because I think this is just something that has been put as per the international standards. You know what I mean? It's been there from the beginning. For example, if you look at runway models, you know, you see how skinny they are and all that. There's a reason for that. Probably it's because they would take less material.
But you want to be different.
You know what I mean?
I thought you would have have your own defined standards and would say, no, we think that even those who are beyond the age of 55 kilograms can still play a role in conserving and preserving the environment. Do you feel those people who are in between that age are feeling like, so they think we cannot protect the environment? So they want to lock us out of this because of our weight and not the skill that we have and the knowledge that we have in matters of conserving the environment. How do you get yourself out of this mix?
I know
Chichi media.
Yes. What I would say is that when it comes to this kind of shows, for example, I'll first clarify that Miss Earth Rwanda is a franchise of the Miss Earth world.
So you follow the standards that are already
exactly,
there.
which comes with its own standards, and we are supposed to follow what they give us as much as we can customize it to the needs of our country. But then, as per the world standard with any other huge beauty pageants, that's what it is. There's some things that we just can't change.
There's another very interesting one that you need to have never given birth.
Exactly.
But why? Today we see ladies who give birth and they bring their sexy back like crazy. And you never even know that they've given birth. But why would you lock them out?
No, I think it's because of the responsibilities that are involved. I'll just tell you about our Miss Earth. Honestly, I even feel pity for the lady who's going to be the winner because she's going to work. There's a lineup of programs that have been projects that have been put in place for her.
Like what?
Apart from her own initiative that she'll come up with, because we want them to be able to be creative. We want them to come up with their own ideas, which we will also help them, to put in place.
What are some of those projects? Just in
a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
All right, it's projects that obviously are going to be involved with environmental protection and awareness.
I know one of them will be appearing during Uganda.
That's obvious.
That's very obvious.
They're going to be there.
Another one,
tree planting, campaigns, school tours. It depends. There's a whole lineup. I wouldn't want to disclose some of this right now because we also want the girls to come up with their own ideas. Because one of the criteria is actually to be able to qualify for to become a contestant. You will have to write a small essay of about 300 words, something concerning the environment, a project that you have in mind, because we want to see you thinking. Automatically that is going to eliminate anybody who we think is not, I wouldn't say worth, but who is not fit
for this particular project.
Exactly.
Languages, because I've seen, I'm sure you also saw the issues of language when it came to Miss Rwanda, when contestants would struggle to express themselves. Some of them had very good concepts, very good ideas, but the language was just a barrier. And at the end of the day, their good ideas would be swept away and people would only concentrate on the funny moments of those statements that they made. How are you going to deal with that?
That was horrible, right?
Yes, how are you going to deal with this part?
Automatically, by having them write the small essay of 300 words, they'll be eliminated. Those who cannot express themselves, those who cannot speak in the different languages, that we would require. It's not only writing that small essay during the registration, but they will have to defend it at the auditions. They will stand before us, and we will have to make sure that this is exactly the ideas. It's not just something they copied or somebody just helped them write it down. So I think with that, we will be able, to get rid of whoever cannot express themselves, and hence, get rid of those embarrassing moments. There'll be no need for that.
Will this be shown? Will this be shown? I mean, this process?
Yes, we intend to have the auditions as open as possible. It's part of the entertainment. Remember, it's a reality show. And we want to be open with the public. We want to be as transparent as possible. We want the winner to be, the choice of the public. Yeah, we want, it's a journey that we are starting together with the public.
So then at the end of the day, when you look at those 3 months that you say, after those 3 months, what exactly do you intend to achieve, apart from picking a lady who's going to be Miss Earth Rwanda?
All right. When it comes to Miss Earth, we have 4 winners actually. with different titles. We have the title of Miss Earth, we have the title of Miss Fire, we have the title of Miss Water, we have the title of Miss Air. They all have different responsibilities, but the overall
will be the Miss Earth.
The Miss Earth. These ladies have a lineup of projects, as I said.
Wait, hold that thought.
Yes.
Miss Fire.
Miss Fire.
What is Miss Fire going to be doing?
What it is?
Putting out fires in Kigali?
You know the classic elements?
Tell me.
Yeah, we're talking about the earth, we're talking about the fire, we're talking about water, we're talking about air.
Okay.
Those are what make,
I can understand
the universe
water.
Or...
they will, she
yes.
will be in charge of also conserving the water or talking
yes.
issues water.
Yes.
I can understand the air, maybe
exactly.
the air pollution and all that, but fire.
Do you know the importance of fire in our lives?
Okay, what will she be doing?
Let me take you back to Stone Age.
Okay, take me there.
All right, when you look at... sometimes you just look at a bush, right?
Yeah.
Because of environmental factors and all that, it just catches fire just like that from nowhere. When you hit two stones, you get fire.
Yes.
You know how useful fire is in our lives. Electricity, you know, there's so many different things. So she will have her own activities that are related to what we think comes about with that fire.
Miss Moto.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
So she will be talking or campaigning against things that could cause fires in the environment.
Exactly.
Okay.
Things
that
like
is
that.
fair
That's
enough.
just one of the examples, yeah. But it goes deeper.
I'm trying
than
to
that.
think of more that
It goes deeper than
that. I'm not able to get.
You should research on the classic elements.
I should.
Yes.
I should. Maybe after the show we'll look at that. Now, you're still explaining. I made you hold a certain thought that you're giving out, especially when it comes to the overall achievement after the 3 months.
Oh yes, I was still continuing.
Exactly.
Right?
So what more are we going to see after this 3 months?
We're going to be having the Miss Earth, who is the overall winner. She has a lineup of duties that she's going to be performing after that. Not until we have the next Miss Earth, because we plan to have it annually. One of the things she'll be doing, she's an ambassador, first of all, for our countries, home and abroad. And she's expected to participate, represent Rwanda at the Miss Earth finals in the Philippines. I'm not so sure about the venue though, but usually it's in the Philippines. That will become November or December.
So she'll be able to participate?
She will have to.
She will have to?
Yeah.
To go there?
She'll have to go there to represent her country. It's one of the conditions that we're given as the Miss Earth Rwanda. Yeah.
Okay. So any other gifts, because most people look at the gift sometimes and like, oh, there'll be a car, oh, there is some money, oh, there's this trip and all that. What more should these contestants look forward to?
Just like any other beauty pageant, it's typical. There's going to be a car, right? Yeah, obviously we're thinking about that. It has to be there. And a monthly salary, of course, because she's going to be working.
Monthly salary?
There's going to be a monthly salary. Wow. We're not disclosing how much it's going to be right now, but yes, she'll be working. She has to serve the public. She's an ambassador. She's not going to sit, you know. Regardless of her initiative, there's a lot of things that she has to do.
What if after winning, she doesn't? We've seen politicians who do this. We've seen presidents. We've seen members of parliament who they campaign. You go, wow, this portfolio, I mean, whatever he's selling to us is just a good one. After they've put in power, or after they get to office, they go to sleep. What if she does that? Is there a way of ousting her and picking the runners up to take over? What's there? Do we wait for until next year and let people judge? What's going to happen there?
What it is here, even before she participates, she takes place in the contest. You know, she'll have to sign a contract
that she will
between her and us, because we are her mentors, Chichi Media Group. We are her managers, if you look at it. And obviously she will have agreed to those terms and conditions, but as you said, sometimes things just don't go according to plan, or people change. And obviously, if the winner is not able to perform her duties as need be, the crown has to be taken away from her.
Will it be taken away?
Yes, it has to be.
It will be?
Yes.
This is a beauty pageant with a difference. I've never had that.
It has to be taken away from her and given
to another person.
Exactly. To the runners-up.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they better watch out. They better work hard.
They have to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a joke. They have to work.
They have to work.
Yeah.
So in closing, as we conclude, of course, you can never run away from the comparison. People will compare. People will say, okay, here comes another beauty pageant.
Oh, yes.
So when you look at what we've had in the country of a nationwide magnitude, of course, this is Miss Rwanda.
Yeah.
What are those things that you feel you do not want this Miss Earth beauty pageant to be associated with that has been following or plaguing Miss Rwanda?
All right, it's been said in the past. I've heard even over the news and what everybody's talking about, that they're using public funds to sponsor this kind of events and all that kind of stuff. What we've done, us as a company, we're in the private sector to begin with. As the owners of the franchise, we are trying to work as much as possible, especially with the private sector, because we believe they also have a very big role to play when it comes to the environment. And we believe it's also a platform, in addition to what the government has been doing, to bridge the gap when it comes to corporate social responsibility on the side of the private sectors. We intend to involve them as much as possible. And obviously, when it comes to them, it's business, and we are talking value for money. But then we want them to participate. We want them to sponsor. At the same time, we'll be giving them the value for their money through, different ways and means, entertainment through the show.
So that means you're saying you would not want to be associated with, the talk that these people are just misusing public funds.
Exactly.
You want to look like we are funding ourselves or we are running this.
Exactly.
As a private institution.
But we are obviously doing it with the blessing from the different ministries that are responsible, especially when it comes to the environment and culture, of course.
Secondly, any other thing that you don't want to be associated with that you've been hearing about? The Miss Rwanda, for example? That you want to say, for us, we're going to be different because we started with the difference.
Yes.
We want to conclude with that difference.
Well, what we are trying to do, actually, as you said, to make us different from any other beauty pageant, we are trying to also come up with a lot of campaigns as much as we can, even before the pageant starts. Just trying to make it right, trying to show the public what we are all about. We are begging, actually, the parents of these young girls, to give these girls a chance, because this is a life-changing opportunity for them. Anybody who's going to participate in this show is going to come out different, trust me. Whether they win or not, they're going to be different. It's a life-changing opportunities, and we are begging them, to give them the support. And if they have the kids who are, who have the potential, they should encourage them to join.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me,
That's all we had for this particular discussion.
Thank you.
But we definitely are thanking you, and we're looking forward to this. We definitely need more and more of this kind of, concepts and more of this kind of events and initiatives. And all we're hoping for is the best out of it.
I hope you can invite me back to give you, more details.
Definitely. One-on-one is here to stay.
Oh, yes.
And of course, we definitely are open to this kind of discussions. Asante sana for your time.
You're very welcome.
And all the best in everything that you do.
All right, thank you.
There you go. Thank you very much. That is Saida Bahati, and she's definitely at the Chichi Media. And of course, they're the ones who are working around the clock to organize the Miss Earth Rwanda right here in Rwanda. If you'd like to get more details on this particular beauty pageant, go to Facebook. They have a Facebook page, Miss Earth Rwanda, and you'll be able to ask all the questions that you have for them. And of course, we wish all the best for those who will be participating in this particular one. And remember, you will have to work, as Saida has said. This is where we wrap up the show, and we'll see you tomorrow for yet another fiery one right here on One-on-One. My name, as always, is Eugene Anangwe. Goodbye for now.